evening, good night. Welcome to the show, what a wonderful delight. Yeah, Potsy and T-Ross better chop up on the mic. Just sit back, have a laugh, catch a vibe, and enjoy the ride. Yeah.
Today's episode is presented by my favorite vodka, your favorite vodka, everyone's favorite vodka, Game Day Vodka, a smoother, better vodka that embodies the spirit of the game. Check out Game Day Vodka on all social media to see if they rep your team's colors. I got the balls back here. I've been chugging them. I love Game Day. Drink responsibly, though, and use promo code TROSS to get 15% off your order. Let's get into the episode.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I don't even know, like, when it comes to like gambling like this and betting, like, I don't even know what none of it means. Like 16 plus 100, I don't have no idea what that means. 400 minus, like, all this shit, I have no idea. But it's cool because like we're not allowed to bet at all anyway.
Yeah,
so
you shouldn't.
But like, I feel better that I'm clueless to like not knowing what the shit means. I don't know.
100%.
Somebody explain to me though, for real though. Somebody, because I know Steven is a big.
I know it, but Strick, tell us.
So like right now, the game, the Lakers and Blazers game, that is like, it says you could bet the money line or you could bet the spread, right? The spread is saying the team will win or lose by a certain amount of points. So the spread right now is 5.5 points. So you can say the Blazers won't lose by 5.5 points, or you could say the Lakers will win by 5.5 points. Or you could take the money line, which is saying anybody will win. Like, you could go, I'm gonna take the Lakers. But based off of who's supposed to win and the percentages of that team winning, the payout would be different. That's when that 160. So say like the Lakers game, the odds for the Lakers earlier was 190. So that's pretty much, to win $1, I would have to bet $1.90.
Got it.
So just to win $1, and then the more you put together gives you higher chances of making more money off a little bit of money. So you increase your odds with that. So like, I'll get two teams, one to be like 190 and another be like 150, and I could put them two together, and then I'll have like a positive payout. So I could pay $50 down and win like, 150 compared to betting on each one and just winning like $50 and win me $40 or something like that.
I've seen some crazy parlays lately. Actually, there's been the Barstool bets. They be putting them up there. It's like $50 to win like $100,000 type shit where they're betting.
Yeah, but didn't that just happen? Somebody just put up 50 and won like like $150,000 just now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just seen on my timeline.
A dude that we know personally, he just put up 70 and won 15 bands. So he put up $70 and won 15 bands on like a 9-team parlay, something crazy like that.
But that's ridiculous, though. That's ridiculous. I mean, 9 is tough. I mean, it happens.
I try to stick to 4. I try to stick to like four teams, or 4 picks in one parlay, because like you say, anything over to that, it get crazy.
Nah, see, I'm not gonna lie to you. I still don't understand it. It's still
you shouldn't.
Bro,
don't worry about it.
It's weird. Yeah, like I'm thinking of like craps right now, and that's the only thing I know how to gamble.
Yeah, I like, even with that, I'll play regular dice at the house, but when we go to the casino, like, I'm still learning how to play craps on the crap table.
I'm
how
backwards.
to increase your odds and stuff.
So I know how to.
That's my game.
I know how to shoot dice theoretically, but I know how to play craps like fucking damn near professionally. It's pretty much because of Steven, but I mean, it's just it's like shooting dice, but just with way more side bets.
Right, exactly. So that's what I used to never do side bets. Like, I would go to the crap table and I only bet the pass line on me or people I knew. If I thought they was gangster, like, I ain't betting on them. But then once I learned how to like do high lows and yos and all that, and betting on points, like, I don't even want to hit my point once I'm on the dice. I want to just keep it rolling, everything on the board. Right,
keep it rolling.
Exactly.
We hit them big.
Some tables.
We hit them big in Bahamas, and that was while your girl was pregnant, and she rolled.
Yeah, it was a few years back. That was like 3 years ago. Almost 4 years now.
Everybody must have rolled for like 40 minutes plus, and it was like
nah.
She rolled. Lit. She rolled for a minute.
Rolled. My girl rolled for like it was
like an
15,
hour.
20. It was like 15, 20 people at the table. She had rolled for legit maybe 20 minutes, bro. Straight.
It was more than that.
Making everybody, but yeah, probably. But she was making everybody more money, bro. When she finally crapped out, all 20 people skipped their turn and went right back to her.
And
And
she
then
was
she
pregnant.
ran she was pregnant too.
She was pregnant.
That was the burnt part too. It was just like she had a little belly, but I think she was wearing like a hoodie or some shit. She was fucking drilling the table.
Wasn't it her first time too?
Yeah, it was her first time. You had
So
just
it was good luck. So
it.
everybody was just like, go around, get it back.
Yeah,
everybody was turned. The table was lit.
Last time I just went to the casino, I walked in and I was supposed to be there like 9 o'clock, but my phone was dead. So I had to wait to get some juice. I'm not going to be nowhere with no dead phone. So I end up leaving later than I was supposed to leave. And I get to the tables and my homie is on the table, right? And his point is at 8. Swear to God, his point is at 8. I go try to go to another table. There's no tables open. So I go play the slot. I go play blackjack. And I'm gone for literally 45 minutes. And I come back. And he's like sweating like this. I'm like, what's going on? He said, bro, I'm still on that same 8. And I look to the dude next to him, and the dude next to him is already up $20,000. Like literally, it tipped $20,000 because he had bought every number. He bought every number. So 45 plus minutes, and then I come and I'm there watching, and I'm trying to get on the table, but it's full. I literally watched him for 25 minutes after that 45 minutes, and he still was on that same 8, right? And once everybody got paid and he finally crapped out, the dealer stood up and was like, not even the people working, the dealers was like, I was like,
bro, that's what I'm saying.
How did I miss out on this? Like, how did I miss out on this?
You couldn't even get in.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it be though. I don't play any other. I really don't play shit. I don't play blackjack. I don't play maybe war, but I don't play any other gambling games except for craps. I used to play roulette. I don't even play that no more. I'm straight craps, bro. It's too much. It's like the easiest come up in the whole casino.
Yeah. Right, because you can increase your odds the most.
Easy, bro.
You get on the blackjack table and everybody not playing the same. And now one
sure.
person throw off the whole table.
They have to play the same. They got to play the same.
You do need like at least 5, 6 people for a decent crap table. Though. You can't just be me and Steven just crapping out every other time. Like it got to be at least like 4. Bro, but no, real quick, let's explain our friendship with Strick.
Well, let's introduce him first.
Yeah, let's introduce him.
This is our guy. I mean, you have multiple names: D Strick, Strictly Business, Levon Strickland.
It depends on how you feeling at the moment.
Your favorite ref's favorite ref. I mean, you're a comedian. You're a referee. You're doing everything, man. You're a jack of all trades, is what I call it. I mean, I don't even know how else to describe you, but we both go back with you for a while now.
Yeah, like a Cadillac and 4 flats.
Yay height to a grasshopper, man.
We was young. Summer league hoops. I think that's where I met Strick for the first time. It was like coming from 8th grade to maybe 9th grade playing summer league. And I just remember Strick always being at the games, bro. Just with people in the stands, cracking people up. Always had people rolling. And I remember you and it wasn't like we had a lot of people at the summer league games, but I always remember the one moment. I remember it was like the middle of the game, bro. And I had got like a still like half court. And I remember you just stood up. You was like, Ross, windmill it. And I got to like the 3-point line, just took one dribble and then windmill it. And everybody went crazy. I was just like, damn, I'll never forget that. That was like and he started laughing too. That's what I remember the most. He started dying. I know the other teams played tight.
I knew. I was like, yeah, he's different and he's for sure going to the league. Because you literally got to steal a half court. And I stood up. I'm like, windmill it. Pretty much like, he can't even hear me. He took one dribble, looked at me in slow motion windmill for almost a free throw line. I'm like, oh, yeah. It's a wrap. It's different for him. It's different. The air up there, I ain't never tasted it, but I'm pretty sure it tastes a little
different air.
Oh, spit.
A little altitude different, man.
No, I'll never forget that, bro. I don't know how I just knew as soon as you said it, I was like, that's straight. That is straight. That's Strick up there.
Yep. It was crazy because I literally was like running down to the court, I think, to like go to the bathroom or something. And he got the steal. And I'm like, I want to see him do something crazy. Let me just see if he here.
Just pass.
Windmill.
And just boom. Right before, yeah, I'll never forget that shit. That shit was so funny.
That is hilarious.
That year was crazy though to watch, and like I didn't play with y'all except for like open gym or something, but just to watch how dominant y'all were as a team. Like y'all literally had two NBA top 16 type lottery picks on one team at the time, and one wasn't even starting, and you was going crazy. So like just to have one night and starting, and he's the lottery pick 2 on the same high school team, like. That season was crazy to watch.
And they cheated us. They cheated us our senior year. It would have been ridiculous.
Yeah, now that literally would have. I tell people this all the time. Like people be getting mad at me. They be like, "That's just y'all homies." I was like, that team could have been the best team ever to come and play at Jefferson if they would have let Ross play that senior year.
Bro,
one of the best in Portland, Oregon. Period.
Bro, I was so mad because I was just transferring back because this is. Bro, I'm literally leaving the day. Like, I remember the last thing I saw before I left Maryland was I was spending the night at my teammate's house, who was like, his dad was like super rich. But I remember I was watching the game in my room and y'all was playing, what was Josh Smith's high school team?
Kentwood.
You guys were playing Kentwood at Kentwood on ESPN.
I had the custom J.
Bro,
yes, I got mine stolen. I'm pissed. Mine are all gone. They got
so
stolen,
hurt.
bro.
Like that cut me so deep because I was literally on my way back to Jeff. You guys are playing on an ESPN national game, and I was missing out. And then I get there, right? I get there. I go through all this fucking like appeals and shit. I fucking do all this extra shit. I had to go to fucking school district, to the fucking state, all this other shit to see if I could play, kind of get reinstated. And they told me no after all that shit, and I was heartbroken. Bro, my sister transferred back literally a week before I did.
She got to play.
And she does the same shit I did, and she gets to play.
And
literally the same thing I did, bro.
Didn't they win it?
Yeah.
They
both won the title. We both
at the same year. That was the same year. Bro, but I still got to practice with y'all every day. I still got to practice with y'all every day, though. So it's
you know what the only difference between that situation was once you started coming back, that's when other coaches started like, nah.
Tripping.
He can't come play. That's messing up our chance.
Yeah, for sure.
They were tripping on me.
Your sister was good, but she wasn't.
No, for sure.
You know, so right. It's like, nah, she could play. She ain't gonna help them win, but you, he gonna win state for the team by himself. Like, nah, he can't come back and play.
Because I was tight, bro. Because that's literally so my freshman year, I didn't play varsity until me and Jones. We played varsity the first trip they had taken that early that season was like to Sacramento. They took us with them, and we really didn't get to play. And then the next time we got to play with them was literally the state playoffs, and we don't get to play until like the consolation game. And then even we only get to play at halftime. So like once we were getting like losing at half, they put like me, Jones, and Noah in, and they're like, just let them play. We come back and win. Like we literally came back. The seniors, bro, like all the seniors was like just done. He can't do nothing. Claudia was like a junior. Can come back. We win again. I had like 15 points in the half. And Jones, like just big body, just like going elbow you in the face, lay up, and then Cone just being Cone. Exactly. For sure. We win that game, and I think after that there was like, oh shit, like there was like, and for us, we didn't even think of that. We were just like, yeah, we just was gonna do that regardless. But I think the coach was like, oh, we're going to be nice. The next year, we went crazy, bro. I remember the first the game that was like, oh yeah, we nice, is when we played Garfield. Did you come to that game, Strick?
At Jeff?
Yeah.
I was playing. That year I was playing at Park Road, so I didn't get to come to those games unless it was after our game. So unless it was like a night game at Jeff, and it was like a double header, I was at that one.
So I think
Noah went into the wall.
Yes, that's Garfield. Yeah. Okay. So look.
What happened? What happened?
So look. So we playing Garfield, right? And this is when Tony Roden's a freshman. So Tony Roden, they're this crazy team from Seattle. Tony Roden at the time was like number 1 8th grader in the country. Yeah. Crafty left-handed, like 6'4" point guard in 8th grade. Just crafty, could just big body. He couldn't really shoot, but he was athletic, could get to the rim, right? I remember like the first time we seen them, and I was like that little, you had that little weird rivalry with like Seattle, and you play them every summer, whatever. But remember them coming down to Jeff. Yes, from like 6th, 7th grade, bro. Like
born.
So I remember them coming down, and this is like rare because they're coming from Seattle to Portland. So they came to Portland to play at Jeff, which is like, this don't ever happen. Like, y'all in our neighborhood now. So we playing them. Or no, I just remember seeing, we walked into the gym, we see them playing, bro. The first thing I see of Tony Roten is he's coming down the lane from half court. He does like this little weird in and out stutter step, fakes one dude out, throws it off the glass, and dunks it to himself. Mind you, he's a freshman in high school, and I'm like, mind blown. I'm like, this team's, and then they had like a few other guards and like stretch forwards that were like really athletic and could jump. So, you know, we got matched up with them, and like the next night we had like the prime game at like 8 o'clock. This is the first time I played in front of like a sold out Jeff crowd. We playing Tony Roten and them, so like it's a big game, bro. Like and this ain't like no other PIL team in the city, bro. They don't have this many black dudes on the team that are super athletic, that could just like got dog in us. We was the only team out there, like in Portland, besides like maybe Grant, but like we was the only team like that, bro. So it was gonna be a dog fight. So I remember it was just a physical game. I remember for Noah's 6'5". You know, like Noah's like at this time, he wasn't like the finished product, and he was still learning the game a little bit. So I remember he was coming down the lane for like a layup or something, bro. This dude caught his
Statue of Liberty that he always do.
Yes, bro. The Dr. J, fingertip above the rim layup, bro. This dude caught that, hit it against the wall, but like as he's hitting it, he makes contact with Noah's body, bro. Noah falls on his back and slides to the door, to the back door of Jeff next to that dirty water fountain, bro. Or no, it was on the other side. It was like towards like the entrance, bro. Yes, Strick. Yes.
Looked at the ref like.
Yes. And we were all like, oh, everybody going crazy, people standing up. I was like, God damn, don't do that again, no. And you know, like, and for Noah, I don't know how he was after that, but I just remember it was a long game. But Tony doing his thing.
Or he ripped somebody or something. Somebody ripped somebody and did like
he ripped Jones. Layup. Oh, it was either Jones or Kalonji.
Somebody got ripped at half court, and that's when I knew that game was about to be real. Everybody
because he
like,
dunked it. Okay. He ripped somebody at half court. I think he might have ripped Jones. I don't know, but he ripped somebody at half court and then dunked it, and then was like, flexing. Yeah. I was just like, oh, it's gonna be a fight.
Him back. And Jones came
like the very next possession, and then he dunked, and then we was going crazy. We was like, let's go, Jones, going crazy, and we was all going into it. And I remember and it was like kind of close in the first half. But I remember I came out that second half, bro. I just shooting threes all over the place. I came down. It was like a fast break. I had the ball on the wing. Tony tried to pick me up, and instead of driving past him, I just pulled up from a deep ass three, splash. I was just like, yeah, and then we started clapping, getting back. And then I think like the thing that kind of set it off for us, we started to pull away at the last, like in the fourth. But I remember like the last like minute, it was like a loose ball at half court, and I tipped it like past half court, and I got it. And at this point, bro, I couldn't dribble for shit. Like I couldn't put the ball on the ground other than twice to dunk, bro. So like I remember I came to like a jump step after I grabbed it. And then like I remember I was looking for somebody to pass it to, and Jones was getting denied, and there was just nobody at the hoop. So and there was a dude in the left hand corner. I'm kind of like in the top corner of the half court. And I remember just taking 2 dribbles, bro. And I took off from it felt like the elbow, bro, like right in front of the elbow, and just had a tomahawk dunk and threw that bitch down, and everybody went crazy. I remember that was like the shit that like capped the game off. And then after that, I think something happened where they tried to take like a 3 to try to tie it, and they missed. Oh, bro. First time at Jeff, I was just like, oh yeah, we're the best team in the state. No, regardless of 6A, 5A, 4A, whatever. I was like, we got the best players. And then we went on to win it that year. So man, that was one of the best teams ever.
I left practice and told Coach Stu. So Coach Stu, if you see this, I told Coach Stu that I had a family emergency just to get to that game on time. And I didn't go to practice.
You're burnt.
You're burnt.
I could not miss that. I could not miss that game, bro. I could not miss the Seattle Jeff rivalry, Portland rivalry. Because it was crazy even from back in the day when A. Miles and D. Brooks and them used to go up there.
Yeah.
Like they used to have sold out games. And like you say, most of the time it was us traveling up there.
Yeah, going up to Seattle.
Buses and ship us up there on buses.
Yeah.
Do they ever do that anymore?
Shout out B. Brooks.
Do they ever? Do they do that anymore?
They used to have like the MLK Classic thing.
Yeah, so that's what we did. It was a neutral. Yeah. We played Federal Way there, and it was like popping for a high school game. It was like 5,000 people.
But yeah, because you know Federal Way, Washington was different, bro. They like mobbed out to all their high school games. Like it wasn't really like that so much until like
they came down here last season. Last season they played at Portland State, and it was Jeff played Rainier Beach, or no, Jeff played Garfield. Jeff played Garfield, and somebody else, Lake Oswego, played somebody. It was like 5-game thing, and it was at Portland State.
It's all neutral though. It's all neutral now. They don't do it because
at the high school.
That vibe, bro. That vibe at Jeff, like especially coming from where I was at Prairie to like playing in those games, like Jeff packed is a different animal. I mean, you can scare people off the court.
Yeah,
you can scare you scare teams off of the court for sure.
Bro, nah, for sure. You just even come down the street. It was always that stoop on the corner. Everybody's be posted up on. So I just know, like, all the white kids coming from Lincoln, from Cleveland, all them schools come down here was just like, bro,
KC
we need
Foods.
to hurry get the fuck in and out. I know people hated coming to Jeff.
And then we pressure the fuck out of you.
I don't even know if I walk through Jeff right now at 10 o'clock at night. Like, I don't know if I can do it.
It don't be that bad. Now, they probably out there having football practice now, man. You never know nowadays, man. The football team been getting good. Been getting good recruits, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into some GOAT talk.
Yeah. Well, actually, I want to see. Strick's got this Dirk Nowitzki jersey on. I knew he was gonna wear something like that.
No, I have to represent.
How is it to be a Mavs fan in Portland? Because I see you on Facebook getting into every time when the Portland game plays.
Oh, because they're always close.
You know, it's probably. I mean, I like it. People think I literally be mad and stuff. Like I understand that my team. Like, y'all know me, the only time y'all ever heard me say that Dallas was good was the year that we won it. And I was saying that before the season. So I keep it real with my sports. Like, Dallas is my team. Dirk is, like, literally one of my favorites. But, like, I don't be out here going and telling Blazer fans, like, oh, yeah, my team is the best, like how they do. Yeah. So when I say stuff like that to them, and they get mad and stuff, like, how are you a Portland fan? Or how are you a Dallas fan? You live in Portland. Like, are you from Dallas? Stuff. It's like, hey, that's the team that I like, and that's the team that I've always liked. I grew up, and the first time I ever seen a basketball game in real life, I went to the Blazer game, and that's what they played with Dallas, and everybody was going for the Blazers. So, you know me, I'm like, all right, a whole school going for the Blazers, I'm going to go for Dallas. So I made a sign for the Mavericks and all that, and winning. That's kind of like, you know, how I got it.
Solidified it.
Who was on the team then? Who, like Michael Finley?
It was before Michael Finley. This was when, like, I was in elementary. Like, our school, I joined the school choir. Just because they were singing at the game and got free tickets. So the whole week, I'm like, oh, they going to a Blazer game? Oh, yeah. Let me get in that choir.
Oh, shit.
The whole week just to go to the Blazer game for free. Just as, you know, I'm like, oh, shoot, we on the court. And I lip sung the whole national anthem and went and enjoyed the basketball game. It went and enjoyed it. But, like, it was elementary. So, I mean, I really don't remember, honestly, like the exact people.
Was Nash on there? Nash with the dyed hair is before that, huh?
This is earlier.
This is before Dirk and before Dallas. I mean, before Dirk, before Nash, Finley, all that. This is.
Yeah, I can't even remember.
Might have been on a team or something, to be honest.
Mark Aguirre or whatever his name is. I think Mark Aguirre.
Mark Aguirre, the baseball player.
No, Aguirre.
Oh, Aguirre.
That's like
a Posse, who's your favorite? Who's your team?
Who's my team? I mean, I grew up in Seattle, so I went to a lot of Sonics games. Yeah. I was diehard. Sir C. Hawkins, Dale Ellis, Gary Payton, Deadlift Shrimp. I mean, I love Deadlift Shrimp, being a white guy.
Bro, that dude adds me on Twitter all the time, talking about EW this or trying to shout Deadlift Shrimp.
Shout out Deadlift. Deadlift Shrimp. Maybe you guys
Deadlift. He's German. He's German, right?
Yeah, German is same bloodline.
Nice. Deadlift is nice.
He was
Hersey Hawkins.
College at UW. Wow.
Percy Hawkins. I don't know if you remember that name. That was my guy.
25, right? No,
Yeah.
25.
Bro, he hit them
See,
threes
I grew
like
up
no
since
other.
I see. Yeah, I grew up a Laker fan, and
But the 3-point line was like a free throw back then. The 3-point line was like super close.
just
Back then.
wasn't nobody
It
shooting
was
them bitches back then.
I
They
know,
weren't.
but it was like 5 feet closer than what it is now too.
Fuck
That's
no,
what I'm saying.
it was the same. I'll tell you this though.
No,
I wish
it wasn't.
I would have played in the motherfucking. Nah, I don't. But if I did play in the motherfucking 80s, 70s, oh bro,
It'd be over. It'd be over.
Well,
it's
it
over.
might have been the logo. It might have been the logo.
I'm shooting so many threes, bro. There's nothing they can do with me.
I might
I might be in the GOAT
conversation.
conversation now, like, and when it comes to shooting, at least, because I'm shooting who's gonna shoot? Nobody. The most they probably averaged 3 attempts was like the highest somebody averaged probably just for a shooter back then. 3-4 attempts a game.
Bro, aren't you
I'm getting
coming
that
up?
in the first quarter.
Aren't you coming up on the record for the like Magic? I mean, you're getting up there in like all time.
I don't know.
No, but you're up there like
Absolutely.
top 10 all time.
Oh, and Magic?
Yes, made threes. Yes, you are. I just seen something about it. I was like, bro, that just shows you they did not shoot threes, bro.
No, just in one season.
Who you got to beat? Dennis Scott? I mean,
Bro, D3 hit a lot of threes.
My point, but
Honestly,
they didn't have nobody else that
I know.
Dennis Scott, for today's standard, hit a ton of threes. I'm like, damn, and he hit them all with the Magic. Like I have
his son be playing.
I have like 500 career threes here and like 600 or 500 in Toronto. So like he hit all of that with one team. Like that's pretty tough. I mean, you gotta play with that one team like pretty much the entire time. That's tough.
Right.
Oh, and I forgot about JJ Redick. Oh,
yeah,
Richard.
JJ's up there.
I forgot about Redick too. I forgot. Yeah,
but this ain't that was not the same JJ as it is in LA when he's coming off. He kept getting 15 points in the first quarter. This is like 7th, 8th man.
You're number 10. You're number 10 all time. 536 Magic regular season. You're number 10.
Oh, so then I'm for sure top 10 in 2 franchises. That I feel good about myself.
Fournier, guess where Fournier's at? He's 4th. He's 4th. Nick Anderson's 2nd. That's right. Dennis Scott, Nick Anderson, and Jameer Nelson, and then Fournier, Turkoglu.
You gotta remember though, the first 2 was playing off of Penny and Shaq, so it was a lot of open trades.
Yeah,
and it was the early 90s. There was nobody shooting that many threes. Like Dennis Scott probably led the league in probably attempts.
Pat Garrity, what a name! I forgot about him, man.
That's literally crazy how the game evolved. You remember we as kids growing up, and we were running 2-on-3, 3-on-1 fast break, and if you shot a jumper, you was getting took out the drill.
Forbidden.
It was
Don't
like,
do that.
did you just shoot a jumper on a 2-on-3 fast break? Like we couldn't get a what? Like now everything is run to the corner, run to the wing.
Stats, it's all statistic stuff.
Bro, I just seen a stat that it took Steph Curry to get. It took him 500 games to get 2,000 threes. That's literally the amount of time I played, and I have 1,000 less threes than that. Like it's crazy,
ridiculous.
And then it took to get 2,000 threes. It took Vince Carter 1,000 games. It literally took Steph half that time to get 2,000. He's gonna lead the NBA in all-time threes in 2 seasons.
Easy.
It's gonna be, and by the time he's done playing, it's going to be such a gap. I think the only person that might be able to catch it would be like Trey. And I think that boy's good.
He shoot a lot of threes. He's solid. He be shooting a lot of threes.
Bro.
He be shooting a lot of threes.
I think he's nice. All right, as in terms of like, if you look at him, bro, like he's little. When you see that little thin hair flapping past you and you can't catch up with him, and he's just floating here, not making it here, shooting from 45 feet here, like. It's
what I did notice being with Mike a lot in the summers is a lot of these dudes don't be that big. Like Trae Young, like I was like at the Rico, he's like you say small. I'm like,
oh bro,
you just feel like they're bigger than that. At least for us at home, you feel me? Because we see him on TV, we feel like, dang, he got at least be bigger than that. And then he next to Mike, and he like littler than Mike. I'm like, dang, Mike ain't even 6'1". Like that must be crazy.
TheEverydayFan.com, your one-stop shop for all your sporting news. Whether it's the NBA, NFL, or the EPL League, they have you covered. But they don't stop there. From pop culture to wrestling to entertainment, there's something for everyone. With some of the best writers in the game, come get a fresh perspective of everyday fans like you. While you're there, check out the memorabilia shop and make sure that your man cave is one to envy. TheEverydayFan.com.
shout out to the everydayfan.com. I mean, the way the sports media is going nowadays is it gets
Perfect time to get a part of this, man.
it gets very one-sided, political, whatever, just very controlled. And these guys, that it's just normal opinions, normal thoughts. Go check it out. They got a great memorabilia section. Appreciate everydayfan.com. Everybody go check it out. Get into the greatest of all time. Let's we'll start with this one. I imagine we will. I'm thinking we'll all have the same. So Strick, you started off. Who is the greatest football player of all time to you?
Greatest football player of all time? I mean, for me, I'm picking.
Wait. Is it overall offense and defense, or you're picking one offense and defense?
We can go both. We can go offense and defense if you want.
It's hard for me in football. It's hard to be like.
It's hard. It's too
not
many.
Go with a quarterback.
Bro.
Like on offense,
you got to go with the quarterback.
Right. My point. So of course, for me, the GOAT right now, after all that last season, I never have ever said this. Tom Brady. We've all seen it. Like at first, I was one of the people saying system, Belichick, and all that. But then this year, he went to Tampa Bay. Not saying that he didn't still have a great offensive, defensive team, but he still proved that he can still go win the game because, like, you see how terrible they start. They started off bad at the beginning of the year.
And he got the coach too.
Not everybody. Right.
He got the coach, so a lot of that was him too.
I like their coaching staff and their player coaches, and they're like predominantly black too, like for the head position.
Oh yeah,
and they're like player, like organized.
Left witch Bulls.
Right.
I mean, they're stacked on their coaching and players. Obviously, it's crazy. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be one of the best to do it when it's said and done, if he can stay healthy. Because just like, for instance, like how we talked about the game evolving. Now the game is a different style of football to where they're throwing the ball way more. So when he's said and done, he's going to have a lot of yards more than a lot of people, more touchdowns.
I agree with you on that one. Just how you said the game is changing. For me, it's I think it would be more so like Brady's dominance over his era was
over every era. Like we watched Brady from middle school, high school,
from all
college,
that. From the time he played the Brady era, he was dominant.
3 decades. He's got titles in 3 decades.
And so,
and the crazy thing about it is the one he lost was like on some fluke losses. Like
he threw for 500 yards in one of them games that he lost. That's stupid. But we'll see if Patrick Mahomes if he can be more dominant over his era, more than Brady was in his. That's how I would judge who's better, because it's such a team sport that like he still needs other people to make him like carry everybody. But bro, Brady has 7 rings.
I don't think nobody will ever be that dominant at the quarterback position.
There's no way.
Again, like,
he is killing dudes
even
with
Mahomes,
slants.
I don't think he'll be that dominant. Like he'll be prolific and he'll make highlight plays and he'll go win more championships. But like you say, dominant. Oh yeah. I don't think we'll ever see nobody else dominate football.
Bro, his longest pass of the season was probably to Buddy in Green Bay when he got him out the half and he threw like that.
Oh, Scotty Miller.
Bro, yeah, I never seen him throw all the other passes he's thrown that long have been intercepted or incomplete. He literally he'll kill you to death with just 5 and out every single time. Before you know that he has 445 yards, 7 touchdowns, 7 championships, and you don't know what happened. It's just, all you know is Gronk has just been going to the out and to the flat. You can't stop it.
To get
and
10,
Mike Evans.
To get there 10 times is like, it's absurd.
It's crazy. That's why I don't think we'll see Patrick Mahomes do that. Man, that's because like he's taking up so much money that's going to be hard to keep fielding people, to bring in more people to keep them able to compete for championships. Because like as far as like look how weak their defense was even when they did win it. And then they don't really have backups, so when they lost their linemen, like we kind of knew it was over once they lost both of their starting linemen.
Yeah. It was tough.
It was like, especially against a team that has a great defensive line. Like Tampa,
JJP or JPP with the 3 fingers, he's dominant. He's dominant.
Bro, the 3-finger bandit.
What? Yeah. But even after the game, you've seen Instagram, like younger players are literally in shock. Like they're taking videos of Tom Brady, like that's Tom Brady over there on the same team, bro. You don't see that I don't even see that. You don't see that in any other
But
sport.
there's also
You don't.
200
don't.
people
You
on
really
that
don't.
entire.
Yeah.
It's like 350 people in the organization. They probably don't even know everybody.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
but
they don't
still,
know
they're young.
everybody.
You think they do it to LeBron? Do you think basketball players do that to LeBron?
What's different? Your locker is 10 feet away from this guy. Like some guys probably don't see Brady all week, all month until like game days.
I get that, but
Like,
the
it's
giddy
different,
over
bro.
it, it's like your little
it's,
kid.
It's different, bro. Like it's
It
different.
was
Yeah, because you're on the same team, but I'm telling you,
You don't interact. You don't interact.
Yeah,
with
you
them.
don't interact.
I get that. I
Like,
get
you
that.
think he's,
I get that.
You think he's saying good morning to every single person
no,
on the
no.
roster? Get out of here.
No, I know.
55-man roster been like a 15-man practice squad. So that's like what 70
sure.
people right there.
And offense and defense are two different teams, bro.
But it's the fact that he's 45 though and won 7 championships. It's like they weren't even born.
No, it's unprecedented.
It's crazy.
Anything like it.
It's crazy.
And for him to look like that,
weren't even born.
To look like
right.
that.
And the thing, he came from Michigan, and everybody was like, he ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing. And then one injury came.
Drew Bledsoe. Shout out to Drew Bledsoe.
And then next thing you know, he's out there in your face, barking, talking crazy to Tyrann Mathieu, and
Bledsoe
makes him
hurt.
pay
Like,
for it.
good job. Good job. Bledsoe hurt. Like, good job, Brady. Good job.
He was like,
I'm
I
gonna
will
get my job
fucking
back.
kill you. And he was like, what'd you
I'm gonna get
say?
my job
All
back.
right, bad. Game over.
All right, let's move on to let's go with baseball. Let's Terrence, you start us with baseball. I know this is a wild one. It's tough for me because
it's tough.
The steroid era to me is like what I grew up in. So like I was such a
Steroid era is
big
the best era of baseball.
I was such a
wish
big
they let them-
Barry Bonds fan.
Yeah.
The steroid era reminds me of the video game. Remember what MLB Slugfest?
Oh, bro.
Super big.
Oh,
Everybody
dog.
is super big. Hey,
It's
just a
like
home
Blitz.
run or out.
Yeah.
And it's baseball versus the Blitz. That's what the steroid era reminds me of.
And it's hard to go back, like way back, like okay, you say Babe Ruth and stuff, but like we didn't see none.
Right.
And baseball is such an old sport that like there's so many players that have played that it's hard to keep track of literally everything since 1905 or whatever it started. So
I can't trust baseball stats from any era that it was safe to play without a helmet. If it was safe enough to play baseball without a helmet, you couldn't have been throwing that hard, or y'all couldn't have been hitting that hard. Because, bro,
they was going out there with just a
baseball.
cotton hat and just hoping for the best, and just hoping the guy, the dude, kept it low.
Then it went to with the ear muscle, like the little ear muscle for a couple of seconds. Like, back if you was not worried about getting hit with a baseball, I don't know if I
That's
could trust
all
you.
I'd be worried about. Are you kidding
That's
me?
all I was worried about with pads. Like when I played baseball, I was
for
worried
sure.
about was getting hit in the head and having to go kill somebody because I was on the
No, we went to me and Terrence a couple years back went to the batting cages, and bro, 70 miles an hour was like that shit.
Bro, it's no joke.
That shit had us backed up. I was like, I haven't swung
70 miles an hour is slow, dog.
I haven't been in a batting
Hey,
cage
Strick,
forever though.
Especially at a batting cage, you know it's gonna come right here.
It's still.
Bro, it's a laser.
Yeah,
it's a laser.
I know, bro. I played
Bro,
baseball my whole life. Bro. I know how fast. We were playing 8th grade. When we played 8th grade, went to Little League World Series. Everybody in the pitcher that pitched was throwing 70 miles per hour.
Well, you're talking to we're two non-baseball players, so that's where we're soft. Okay, well,
we were going to the batting cage back then. It was 65 on the batting cage.
Yeah.
No, bro. I'm not gonna, I've been to some batting cages where I've made contact with a 90. But bro, I try to swing so hard and that like my grip wasn't tight, and so like I'll hit the ball and it'll rattle through the thing, and then my fingers feel like they're broke.
Your hands start stinging.
Oh,
when it's that fast, you just want to make contact, nice, smooth. Little, you don't even want to try to power
exactly.
up.
Oh God, that's because I started just just let me get light with it, and then they start going. I was just like, damn. I was like, this is no way, bro. When that ball hits the little pad on the back of the fence, instant intimidation factor for me. I was like, bro, if that hits me on my hand, on any part of my body, like, there's no way. I'm gonna shut the.
I never got how people
down.
play without batting gloves, even to this day.
Oh yeah.
play without back.
That was a steroid era, though, bro.
Even the wooden bat, they say it don't ring as much as the aluminum bat, but still, I would never trust not using batting gloves and hitting.
I will say this: there's really not too many sounds in sports I like more than like the crack of a bat, bro.
Yes.
Like when you hear somebody like hit a fucking bomb, like that crack.
Sweet spot.
Yeah, it's like that pop. That's fun. It's almost as good as like hearing like a swish or something.
For sure.
For me, but for the GOAT, for me in baseball, I'm gonna have to go with the reason why I played baseball. That's Ken Griffey Jr.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Ken Griffey Jr. was textbook and everything. He could throw.
He got hurt.
Catch. He could hit the ball.
Athletic.
His swing was so perfect. He looked like us. It was like, it was like it was nothing he couldn't do. And Seattle was right down the street. We didn't have no baseball team, so we watched the Mariners.
That's close
and that's what we thought. Right. That's what it was. It was Ken Griffey Jr.
But no, I'm not gonna lie. My equipment manager was a Cubby for the Marlins for like I think like 7-8 years. So he had a whole bunch. He was there with Giancarlo. He was there with when Barry Bonds was a batting coach. He was there. He was there with D Gordon. He was like a whole bunch of people. He tells me all the time. I always ask him like, yo, who would be the GOAT? Because I always kind of thought like it might have been Barry, but he was just like, I don't know, man. If Ken Griffey Jr. never really got hurt, like he would have been phenomenal because he literally could do everything. He could throw,
everything.
He was athletic, he could play defense, he could act, he could hit, he can make like contact hit, all that, and he was fast. Like he could get around the bases. So he was like, if it wasn't for him getting injured,
home run. He was
and bro,
home runs left and right.
You know what's crazy? Him and his dad had a home run on the same day on the same team.
Same team.
That is.
I got
like me and my son getting a dunk in the same game.
That's like the epitome. Like that's what we do this for. Like you want your son to come and play with you, and then y'all both on the same day. And I think I ain't gonna say that. That was maybe too much gas. I'm gonna say I think it was like Father's Day or something like that. But
it might have been that.
They both did hit the home run on the same day.
That's crazy.
Growing
like
up
one after another too. Like one was up and then the next one was up and cracked. Like that is stupid.
I got caught in some home run rabbit hole and saw that like a week ago or something, and I was blown away. But I grew up growing up no, for real. I was in like a home run baseball rabbit hole. But growing up in Seattle, my dad we were huge Mariner fans, like season tickets. I went to the home run derby in 2001 when Safeco held it. Like watching A-Rod, Ken Griffey, Randy Johnson. I wanted to be Randy Johnson. I pitched sidearm to my dad for like 5 hours every day because I just wanted to pitch like a 6'10" monster.
That team was so nice.
Unreal.
Bro, Jay Buhner, Tino Martinez. They had Joey Cora. They had
Edgar
Dave
Martinez?
Flowers. Edgar was unreal. Olerud had to wear the helmet because he got hit in the dome. But to me though,
you can't trust sports when you didn't wear. You can't trust baseball when you didn't wear a helmet.
You
didn't wear helmets in the field. You go up to bat without a helmet. We got people playing first base with a helmet. Like,
you got to make it make sense.
But I saw Barry play live. I saw him. I think he was in that home run derby. I was so little, but man, watching him play. I watched him play at Petco in San Diego. I don't know if I ever saw someone play better, hit the ball like that dude hit the ball though. And I love Ken Griffey. Like Ken Griffey's my favorite baseball player of all time. But
yeah, nobody.
The only reason why I wouldn't give Barry Bonds the GOAT, it wouldn't even be because of steroids. I tell people this all the time, just like the stealing, the science stealing. I don't care if you know what's coming. You still got to hit the ball.
Exactly.
You still got to throw the hands. You still got to make contact. No matter if I know it's a 98 mile per hour fastball, I still have to make contact. So I say that to be like, at the end of the day, I could be super strong. But if I can't hit the ball, it don't matter how strong I am. It's not going to go nowhere.
Look, I'll say this just because I'm still kind of sold on Barry. I would only say Barry because, bro, before he started to use steroids, he had won MVP 3 times. And he was hitting 40 home runs and stealing 40 bases before he started to juice. When he started to juice, literally broke the home run record after Mark McGwire literally set the home run record the year before. And that's and from what I was told from these old baseball heads that live around this area is the only reason why Barry started juicing was because Mark McGwire set that home run record that year before, and he came back and just fucking was pissed and was like, that should be me, yada yada yada. Started juicing, came back, dieseled, and was hitting the ball at a freaking crazy clip.
His hat grew 3 sizes.
Yeah, bro, it was wild. Just even more round and shiny, bro. But they were like, it's like I
he couldn't even run. He couldn't run, bro. He just hit jacks, bro.
Have to run.
He just this.
He didn't have to. He didn't have to. They were just like,
Covey Cove or go home.
Right. So like they were telling me like these dudes would be. They were like, yo, people would not pitch to Barry all night. They would walk him for like the first 6-7 innings, and they said it would get to the point if you guys was a close one and you had to pitch to him. They would say they would throw 3 balls in one perfect pitch, and they were like every single time it's out of the park. Like they were like you could only pitch to him like 1 or 2 times. It was like you could try to walk him, but like if it's anywhere over the plate, like he's going to hit it out of the park. And they said that was the true skill. Him having steroids, yes, that is a benefit, but they said his ability to hit the ball was unreal. Man, he was drilling the ball. Like he's hitting
the hardest thing to do in sports.
And that's the thing about the thing about where they play. What's the name of their?
I can't remember, but they set it up perfect for him.
No, they ain't Petco.
Oh, bro. So they were telling me that
AT&T or something. I think
yeah. So they're saying that with that field, bro, since the stadium is right on the water, the fucking wind blows into the stadium. So he's hitting the ball out of the park against the wind into the lake. Like, think about how absurd that is. They said like 60% of the balls that have ever been hit into the lake are all Barry. Since he's left, this has only been like a handful of guys have been able to do it. That's retarded.
Nobody even sits out there no more.
Nobody even cares, bro.
You didn't even need tickets. You would just go get your little kayak.
Niggas is just like, yeah, we get the kayak and I'm gonna get the game ball and then I'm gonna sell it for $400,000 and it's gonna be history. I would say Barry.
This episode is also brought to you by Manscaped. COVID spring break is right around the corner, and you know what that means. Spring break in your pants. Manscaped is here to ensure that the party in your pants never stops. Never let that party stop. Even Veronica Corningstone wouldn't say no to this pants party. Hey, she's a baddie. For everyone preparing for a pants party in this spring break, I have exclusive 20% off discount. Use the code TRP31 at manscaped.com.
Boom. Yeah, Manscaped is dedicated to helping you level up your full body grooming game. They even have something called the Crop Cleanser, which is pretty much a body wash to keep your hair fresh and your skin feeling healthy. So yeah, man.
I love that.
Covering all aspects of everything. So
I love the Crop Cleanser. I use it. It smells great. The ladies love it. It's undeniable. Undeniable. The flashlight. Look it. I got the shirt on today. Manscaped. I can't.
I know you're repping it tough.
I can't. The boxers. They hold me up great. They keep me together. They keep my day great. You can get whatever you want at manscaped.com. I mean, they have everything you need to get you nice and clean and smelling good.
For sure. Get ready for spring break, y'all.
Hey, spring break is definitely a big time. If you're going out to these parties out of the country, Cabo.
Yeah, you need to trim it up. Keep it in the swim pants, baby.
Keep the hair
nice and tight.
Yes, don't let the hair pop out of that swim trunks, all right?
Please don't.
Get 20% off and free shipping with the code TRP31 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off free shipping at manscaped.com and use code TRP31. Say aloha to your new beautiful balls with Manscaped. This one's what's your thought on boxing, Strick? Who are you taking in boxing?
Easy.
Greatest of all time in boxing, to me, I'm going to have to go old school. I'm going to have to go with Ali because people say Floyd's undefeated and all that, so they try to be like, yeah, but what people don't understand, back then in boxing, it was if you were the number one contender or whatever, you had to face the champion. It was in your contract, like you couldn't pick and choose, like, oh, I'm going to fight him or I'm going to fight him. Whoever was the challenger, no one see the challenger, you had to fight him. It was an automatic rematch clause, right? So I couldn't beat him and then run from him and never fight him again. It was an automatic rematch clause. So that's why you were seeing them same people fight so many times, right? Yeah. And it was going like 15 rounds back then, right? Like if the rounds were going so long, they gave us
15 rounds is stupid.
It's round 15 after that.
if you're not a good boxer and you fight 15 rounds, you will die. You will die either.
Especially their punches.
15 rounds,
bro.
or you would die on the way to the hospital. But
we're talking about
Sonny
Liston, George Foreman. I mean, the list goes on with those guys. Hitters.
Rocky Balboa, even Ivan Drago from Rocky 4. They went 15 rounds. And it almost killed Rocky, bro.
It almost killed it, dog.
Niggas haven't fought 15 rounds since. Yes.
Who you got, Terrence? Who you got? You got Muhammad Ali?
Muhammad Ali is the most influential. He's an icon.
Yeah.
He's like, he was bigger than boxing. Floyd, to me, is not bigger than boxing, but he, to me, is the best boxer. Regardless, if you want to set niggas up with your fucking, the last fucking fighter, or he's in his prime, or he's 2 years away, he won every fight that he was in, unanimously. Like, there was no close.
No, it was the one that was close.
Who's the one he cheap shotted? Who's the one he cheap shotted?
No, the cheap shot, that was weak. I mean, that wasn't.
No, it's not cheap shot. It's a boxing fight. What do you want him to do, bro? He kissed him.
Bro,
he got what he deserved. He kissed him.
That was a little janky, though.
He almost lost. I felt that way too, but at the end of the day, they tell you, as soon as you come like this,
yes, I agree. And he already stopped it, but it was Ortiz's fault, but it still was a little shady. But and Floyd was getting hit in that fight. That's the other point of that whole thing. Who was the other one?
One fight was
It was Sugar. It was Sugar. It was
Oh, Sugar did pop him.
Shane. Sorry, not Sugar. Shane
Mosley. Shane Mosley.
Yeah, and
he hit him a few times, but he didn't.
Yeah, he stunned him, but then he ended up.
There was a Mexican fighter. The Mexican fighter that put like 600 shots.
Medina.
Yeah, put like 600 shots on him, but only landed.
He hit him one time and like stumbled him.
He always did those like weird, like he's doing like weird angles and hitting
like
him.
These weird shotgun like.
Okay.
Either way, I'm gonna say Floyd though.
I think to me it would go Ali, Tyson, then Floyd.
This is what I was gonna say.
I don't know. Rocky Marciano.
He just never got knocked down, bro. He never got knocked down. That's like Bob Cousy being top 5 in the NBA.
He fought like 100 times, bro.
That's like John Havlicek. That's like Havlicek. Come on, man.
Well,
he's fighting
we gotta
on every weekend.
Cesar Chavez, right?
Yeah,
Cesar Chavez had a
ton
of fights too.
199 and like 80.
Yeah, but that.
What about
Sugar?
Sugar Ray. I mean, same type of thing.
Every week.
He was going to Tijuana every week, scrapping 6 people.
Like, what we got for me this week?
He's like, who's next? Yeah, that was a WWE matchup, bro. They had too many dudes just signing up to get.
There's no way he don't got CTE. There's no way he does.
Okay, I always have this debate with people. What about Tyson versus Ali? What happens in that fight? I think Tyson's right there. I think Tyson is right there as like.
Nah,
not career-wise.
When he not thinks career, of Ali, he just.
But one fight. I'm talking one fight prime.
Turns into a child. He's not gonna be able to go in there and fight him.
One fight prime.
The reason Tyson, why I got to give it to Ali is gonna be a slight nudge Ali because Tyson in his prime was more so what? Overpowering people, bullying.
And he was explosive too.
He was super quick, don't get it twisted, but he was knocking people out from his strength and stuff. Like Ali was able to take some of the most brutal beatings and still find a way to come back and
George Foreman, bro.
You and talk mess to you in round 99, like and still come back and win. You feel me? So like I think that if it went like they fight, I don't think neither one of them knock each other. I think we'll win on the decision. I think Ali wins the decision against Tyson,
sure.
Unless Tyson knocks him out.
Bro, people forget about George Foreman. George Foreman was good, super strong, bro.
He was big.
He was slow as hell. Too.
Even when he came back,
before he made the grill.
Yeah,
before he had to make
lean
burgers.
He was drilling people. He was like the oldest heavyweight of all time. In that fight, he was swinging so slow, but when he was hitting the dude, it looked like the guy was getting hit with a wrecking ball. Like he would literally like just stop moving, and then the dude just. It didn't even look like George was winning until the guy fell down. He was just like it's just like I have internal bleeding with every punch. I have to go down. And
he's a preacher / grill seller. I mean, that dude had a heavy hand,
he's
man.
made from old grill. Old iron grills. And that's what
I had one. They were hot. They were hot on the market. I'll tell you that. They were hot.
You still have it.
In college, what? In college, that was a bro college athlete's dream. Burger, steaks,
chicken,
sandwiches,
right.
panini, the panini.
Did y'all peep though after the Tyson and Floyd? I mean not Tyson and Floyd, but after the Tyson and Roy Jones, did you peep? Tyson was trying to get like, yeah, we're gonna do this again. Roy's like,
No,
yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to my mom. I'm gonna have to talk to my wife, my mom. I'm gonna have to talk to God. He's gonna have to let me know if this is right for us again.
I'll do this. It's not what you, Tyson. Goddamn.
that was a good money though.
Right.
He got money, but it's not worth it if he's gonna.
But not at that age.
All right, what let's move to soccer. Who there's a lot of guys in this one too. It's similar to kind of football.
Pele?
Right.
I mean, you got guys like Pele, Messi, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. I mean, you got people that have influenced the game in a
I don't know
lot
enough
of
about
ways.
soccer.
Madonna, or what's his name? No.
Messi's the GOAT for sure. Messi's the GOAT.
You think so?
I think it's like the boots, man. He got them golden boots. And he got the titles to prove it.
The goals.
He's got the goals. He built Barcelona.
I mean, Barcelona's had a lot of legends, but
they had a lot of legends, but
he's
like
top
he's
my personal favorite. My personal two favorite is Ronaldinho and Neymar. Them is my personal two favorite.
Ronaldinho was big to me growing up, bro. Big.
Oh, bro, what? He was out there doing basketball moves with a soccer ball.
That commercial where he did the little and then caught it with his foot and crossed him. Pepsi or something. What was it? It was something like that. Bro, that thing had me.
Came out with the Brazil forces for the World Cup.
Yes.
And everybody was getting Ronaldinho and Neymar. Come on, bro.
I don't know shit about soccer.
It's crazy because soccer, though, it's like you're just getting a little weight and you're not fast, and it's like it's kind of over. He can still kick it unreal, curve it, but he hit 32.
But that's what
soccer is so crazy, T-Ross, that it's crazy that you don't know about it because soccer, EA Sports say they make enough money with FIFA that every game they do can go bankrupt and they'll still make it.
It's the number one selling game.
It's the number one grossing sport. Everybody across the country plays.
Don't get me wrong. I'm knowledgeable in soccer. I know my FIFA knowledge, and I can hold my own to that and pick my teams accordingly. But I cannot give you stats, names, numbers.
I'll be betting on soccer. I'll be putting them in my parlay.
Well, like the Premier League.
Yeah, Champions League, Premier League. I'll bet on the Spain, La Liga. I'll be betting on.
Yeah.
I mean, if I know you, I'm gonna go check out. Go check out who you playing that day and see who they got. And if I know a couple people, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go.
Well, I used to have a teammate in Europe. He would bet soccer. He would bet soccer all the time and make an extra like 5 racks a month, just betting soccer. Right. And he would bet like JV games that he just had inside info on. Like, bro, it's so rigged. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Insider trading.
They do be having it. I be looking on a little sports app and I'm like, Shefka Moscow. I'm like, that's Mike Hoop team. They got a soccer team too. And he's like 17 and under. I'm like, 17 and what?
You can bet on anything.
So why is that? Yeah, it's like, why are y'all even betting on these?
There's one camera sitting way up top. And you just like flip to the game. And you're like, what is this? This is literally a JV high school game.
On the screen still, like you still got.
It's an indoor soccer gym.
And you're sitting there like
just push back. Yeah,
you're sitting there like, give me 4 goals. Give me 4 goals, please.
Right.
I'm sweating it out. Yeah, I mean, I guess I gotta go with Messi. I've always been a big Messi fan. I mean, overall, I mean, Pele, I
never got to see him, so.
And he's just like so influential. Yeah. It's crazy for someone.
I saw a little bit of the movie.
But Messi will be that to like when our kids, I feel like, even though they don't know who he is, they're gonna know who he is, like eventually.
Right.
Now, if your kids don't like soccer.
I'm not the biggest soccer fan, but I still know Pele, like, because I'm a sports fan. I mean, you still get it in your face.
No, for sure. I know, for sure.
Let's switch it up here a little bit. Let's go to the rap game. Who do you got as your top rapper, Strick? Let me hear it.
That's impossible to say. There's no. It's too much.
My all time though, just because of the era I grew up in, be on the West Coast, I'm gonna have to go Tupac. But then after that. I grew up on Lil Wayne. You knew that. That's all we listened to.
I was gonna say, give me any 04 Lil Wayne to 08.
It was like that's all we listened to. Even to this day, like I listen to a lot of old Lil Wayne. I listen to a lot of like 90s R&B. So like a lot of these new artists ain't really gonna hit me. So like I said, my greatest of all time, Tupac, based off what he did with rap and how he influenced a lot of people and how he went and started acting with the movie part. He was out here killing Juice, you know.
Juice.
I mean, he ain't gonna say he killed it, but it was, it was Tupac, you know. It was a lot of bad horror. It was a lot of horrible acting, but it was Tupac. So
Yeah.
That's what I had to go with.
I agree with you. I grew up. My first introduction to rap was for sure Tupac as a little kid, and then like Tupac and Biggie. But I was the same way. Like I'm just some white dude from fucking Seattle. I'm repping West Coast. Like I'm West Coast till I die. Like man, thug life. But then I'm living in the suburbs repping thug life. But I think, like you said though, Lil Wayne though was like that bigger influential part of like a big time span of just always listening to it for so long.
Yeah.
A lot of people I grew up with are big Jay-Z fans because he's like super lyrical. And I mean, I've never really gotten to Jay-Z. I mean, like I tell people all the time, Jay-Z's best line was what I told him one morning. You know, Jay-Z called me. You know, what should I do next? I was like, hey, bro, you need to finish your breakfast. You ain't gonna put that on the time. You know, it check cheddar like a food inspector. My homie Strick told me, dude, finish your breakfast. That's like his best bar ever. Other than that, I couldn't really.
You felt that one.
Nas is more lyrical. Nas is more lyrical to me than Jay-Z.
No, not to me, bro.
I haven't heard enough of Nas.
You heard enough of Nas? Oh man, I love Nas.
One of my old heads when I first got into the league.
Wasn't he on like Milkshake or something? With Khalif or something like that?
No, man, fuck Milkshake. We're talking about
that was his shorty.
It's written.
No, one of my old heads used to put me on Jay-Z. He would just go to his crib. We just like in the summertime, he would just work out, and all he would listen to during his workouts would be just Jay-Z.
Blueprint.
He would explain every single double A. He would explain every single like song he had. He would explain the album. So and it's just, I don't know, it just hit different at the time. So I was like, this dude is like, his rap was more of like spitting game than anything.
Yeah.
And that's why like the older I got, I was like, okay, I can appreciate what Jay-Z does. But like the rest of us, I grew up in that 05 to like 09 Lil Wayne era where he was just spitting all just
no matter what he was on, it was
his mixtapes were on point, bro. It's like
just
I hear too much now.
No substance, just making everything sound rhyme, this and that. I can say don't rhyme and it's gonna rhyme. Like that was like we used to think that was just the dopest thing ever. Like that don't even it's not even like nothing. It was just all sugar, and that's what we loved at the time.
We used to just listen to Lil Wayne all day. Like no matter what, he would take everybody's song and he'd put it on a mixtape and kill it better than them. And then we would come and forget the real lyrics to the song.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget the real lyrics to the song because all we remember.
To this day, I don't know the words to Upgrade Me by Beyonce. It doesn't even sound like all of those. That dirty ass cough. Okay. And he goes into or the little lighter flick. That's how you know it was gonna be some heat.
That was one. Anytime you knew it was Lil Wayne when you heard that lighter flick come on, and you knew he was about to come and he was gonna tell you something that you ain't heard ever, and it was gonna be crazy.
For sure, you know you're just gonna be repeating it for weeks.
Well, it looks like Wayne grabs it. What about actor? Who's your favorite actor, or who do you think the greatest is of all time?
Greatest actor?
Yes, like who is someone that you're just like, okay, that every time I watch him is the GOAT.
I'll tell you someone that doesn't give enough credit as he deserves. Leonardo DiCaprio. He has like one Oscar, and it's like for the one movie that I thought it was just okay. Like he's been in so many dope ass movies that he should have been. You would thought that like Leonardo DiCaprio has like 7-8 Oscars.
Is he a system actor though? He's always in a lot of the same directors' movies.
Well, okay, but that's everybody though. Who's not? Who doesn't do that? Like everybody has their like, yeah.
No, it's true.
You have your stable of like friends. Like Tarantino does the same people. I mean,
Scorsese.
Scorsese does the same. He does De Niro, Pacino, Pesci.
Pesci.
Like, any dude with an Italian last name goes straight to Scorsese. I don't know. You have who else? You have like Christopher Nolan. All the British people he has. Everybody from Christopher, the dude that played Batman. What's his name?
What can I
don't watch superhero movies.
Christian Bale.
And then he has Tom Hardy. He has the dude from Peaky Blinders. Like those guys are in like 6-7 movies together. Like they're all the same people. Like it's same shit.
Yeah.
And you know, like, yeah. Either way, I don't know. It's too much. There's too many actors. Bro.
Leo's in my top 3 for sure.
He's
sure.
dope. Him, Denzel. But that's the thing, though. Just like you said, system actor. Like those guys, literally. When I see Denzel in a movie, it's not like whatever character he's playing. It's just Denzel being in the movie.
Right.
Like that's the same with Leo. Like Leo's just being Leo, just a little different today in the movie. Like, but he has a lot of range. But like, it's just certain people that are just bigger than the roles, and that kind of fucking sucks because it's just like I can't really take them serious now. But
that's why they try to always find up and coming dudes and ride them until they can't no more. Like how they doing Michael B. Jordan and stuff.
Oh, bro, to death. He's cool though. I mean, I enjoy his work, but I don't feel like he talking enough in his movies. I don't feel like all his roles he don't really talk a lot, except for Black Panther. Like the only. Well, yeah. What are you talking about? Like he don't have like the range, like of his character. Like he felt like
that in the lawyer movie. That in the lawyer movie.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx was that Mercy, just Mercy.
Mercy.
But besides that, it's like he don't really have too many. He's like Ice-T. He ain't really have too many lines.
Nah, say what you want, bro. He was amazing in Hardball. He was amazing in Hardball.
He was amazing.
He was amazing in Hardball.
Hardball might have been one of the most horribly acted classic flicks that we liked growing up ever. You go back and watch Hardball right now, and you look at Keanu Reeves acting, and you tell me that is not the worst acting job that you've ever seen for a movie that you like.
Oh God, now I see it.
Yes, it's hilarious though if you think about it that way.
It's like a drunk Neo.
I'll never forget the scene when he was betting right before he went into the, right before
in the bar.
The pussy. He's like, I can't look. No. He comes. I'm like, come on.
Get out of here.
This is literally the worst acting of a movie that I liked, but it was like the movie was just so good of a movie that you didn't really care about the bad acting.
I almost
shed that shit on O-Block.
I almost just shed a tear for G Baby though.
Right, yeah.
That had me in my feelings when I was like a little ass kid, like, no, not G Baby.
And I was number 1, just like G Baby. You feel me?
G Baby.
I felt that.
Wait. So, which one hit y'all worse? G Baby or Lil Saint from
I love that movie. I loved You Got Served, bro. I loved You Got Served.
Lil Saint. They didn't even tell you how Lil Saint got popped. Did he get popped or he got shot?
Yeah, I think he got shot. Yeah,
he got shot.
Sure.
Oh, they showed G Baby dead. So I think that's the one that hurt.
That was traumatized, bro. Like
they showed a little kid dead.
Wake up! He's trying to shake his big bro, trying to shake him.
That nigga, eyes wide open, just dead. I was like, oh, he just got a single today.
John Q. Those are the two that hit.
John Q is tough.
That hit me. John Q. He even died, but when he fell and I almost thought he died, like that could have been me running.
Oh, bro, that's some crazy shit. All I know is when B2K came back out with Once Lil Saint Died and they was doing their shit, I was pumped.
Oh, bro, when they got the band back together. When I seen Lala, like, this is crazy. I was like, oh, they're killing it today. It's cool, bro. They got that $2,000 check and they was living. It was just like, we can feed our families for 2 years now. I was just like, hell yeah, get y'all some more flip-flop jerseys. Y'all living, bro.
But all right, let's end it with the debate of basketball. I know it's getting closer. Oh, he's got the dirt jersey getting up there.
You already know.
He's the greatest European player of all time. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, greatest European. We'll give him that. We'll give him that.
He's a European GOAT.
But he's like got to be somewhere in the GOAT conversation.
No.
And like no. He beat every GOAT that we grew up watching besides Jordan.
Of course he beat. And they can play for 20-some years. Like, he's gonna beat everybody at least once.
So I can name 1 million people in the NBA that played for 20 years and have not won a championship against people that are GOAT.
Cap, you can't name 20 people that play for 20 years.
Yeah, because there's not that many people that won championships. Every year only one team won the championship. What I'm saying. So he beat in the playoff series, he beat Kobe, rest in peace, which is the GOAT. He beat LeBron, D Wade, KD. Like those are GOATs of our era. He beat them all in the same playoff series, not just in a regular season We're like, oh yeah, of course, zap it up, we won. He beat them when it mattered, and he swept Kobe, who is literally the best that we've seen with our eyes besides Jordan and LeBron. Like, he's got to be somewhere in the mix.
He's not. What do you?
Bro,
So overall, what do you have him? What overall? He's like
no. He had bro.
No, no.
He's
Like,
this guy's a diehard.
how many people got one ring though? That's a lot of people that don't have.
I get that.
There's a ton of people that have one ring, but they're not in the GOAT discussion.
And there's a lot of people that don't, who people think were.
Nah,
like,
there's not a lot of people that don't have rings that are in the
GOAT.
GOAT discussion.
Carmelo's arguably the best power forward ever, people say, right?
Not Tim.
No.
Tim Duncan.
Big Timmy.
Tim's over Dirk. Tim's over Dirk.
I think Tim. Only reason Tim's over Dirk is because we got Dirk teams to play.
I'll tell you this. I'll take Tim and Carl over Dirk.
Over who?
Over Dirk.
Over Dirk who?
Number 41.
You talking rap again?
You talking about Lil Dirk?
I'm talking
O Block. O Block.
OTS. Bro, how many? Karl Malone has what? 3 MVPs.
And he's second all-time scoring.
Oldest MVP.
In the NBA Finals MVP, which is better than MVP.
And then you got Timmy, who has 5 rings.
But
Timmy had, but look at
4
Timmy
MVPs? No, not 4 MVPs. He has
Parker,
1 or 2.
He had Coach Popovich.
It doesn't matter. Tim was the stable. He was the stable of that team.
He was. He had Robinson, the Admiral.
That was for like a
He
year.
had him for a few years. Get the hell out of here.
The Admiral.
He had that Finals MVP that year that they won it.
You give Dirk some help like that, then we can talk. He'd be a GOAT if he had some more help.
Dirk's not even
Dirk
top.
help.
Dirk's like top 20, maybe.
Dirk help.
Dirk's like top
You said
20.
who? Top 20.
He's top 20. Top.
There's so many good players.
He's top 20. He's top 20.
He's barely. He's at the end. He's at the end of that them teams.
He's like 17.
Yeah, he's in them teams.
He's like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Maybe past that.
He might be like.
What do you mean? What do you mean? There's so many guards. There's so many guards.
Yeah, but who else won a chip by themselves?
Magic. I mean, you just start going through the line. Magic, Kobe, D Wade's ahead of him. LeBron.
No, he beat D Wade. I'll give you Brian.
D Wade's not ahead of him? You're tripping.
Whoa, what are you saying? He beat Dirk first. What are you saying?
D Wade is ahead.
First.
D Wade's ahead of him.
Dirk first. He got the Finals MVP with Shaq. With Shaq.
They cheated. We were up 2-0 and we lost 4-2. They cheated.
That's the same thing that happened in Miami.
They called a foul when D Wade was trapped at half court with 3 seconds in the game. We was up 1. They called a foul on the trap and he went and made the free throws to win the game.
D Wade's ahead of him. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
All right. So that's 4. That's 4.
Shaq.
Shaq's
ahead of him.
Yeah.
Larry Bird.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Bro,
I'm sorry.
Larry Bird's averages are ridiculous. I know he only played 9 years, but
he was Mr.
27,
do it all.
9 and 7.
He's just to do it all.
And it has titles.
Mr.
You can't hate on him.
The hick from Southwick.
Kareem is ahead of him. Then do we go back to Bill Russell?
Count? Like, come on.
Bill.
You're right.
Bill, for sure.
If we're going to get the first person who got the MVP in the first ever.
No, we're not talking about George. We're not
saying George Mikan is up there. But
George Mikan. We're not doing the Mikan drill. Come on, man.
No. Look, we appreciate your love for Dirk. We really do.
Yeah, I give you 15.
No, he might be.
I give you 16, 17, 18, 19.
20.
The greatest of all time, Jordan. We know that. Yeah.
It's starting to become an argument, though.
Between who? LeBron?
LeBron is going to end up maybe top scorer of all time, and he's not even necessarily he's an unbelievable passer.
He's not noted for that.
Yes, exactly. And
he's literally elite in every category of basketball.
That's what
he's played about 99 years though, so he's on court.
That is another thing that you need to be really good at basketball.
It's like Tom Brady.
But if Jordan played his full years, he did retire. He missed 3 years? He missed like 3 years of basketball.
And
No,
that's
it's
his
just-
problem. But Jordan's always
No,
doing
facts,
that. He just be
facts.
bouncing, and that's another thing you gotta question the loyalty to the game. I understand he won 6. No, I'm playing. You can't question that, but nonetheless,
He ain't lost though. Forget just when.
No, he didn't lose for
never
sure.
lost when
I
he
get
got
that.
there. Even
but I will say
it's
this:
like,
LeBron is aging a lot better than Jordan. I'll tell you
he's
that.
100% sure. Yeah, he is. 100%. He
And
takes care of
I
his
will say
body
this too:
way more.
LeBron's basketball career doesn't end when he stops playing. Who knows what he's gonna? He might win a couple more championships as a front office owner.
Oh, then he'll beat Jordan there.
Whatever.
He'll beat Jordan there for
He'll beat
sure.
Jordan there. Jordan's
Hornets
literally
Beat Jordan there.
Jordan was
Oh,
like
my team?
when he became the GM of
get LaMelo.
when he was the GM of the Wizards, he was like, our team is failing, they are struggling. What is the best thing I can do to help this team? Let me lace him back up, get back on the court, and give it to him. And his fantasy averaged 20 for those seasons.
He did,
but not the way LeBron would.
LeBron's in shape. Jordan wasn't even in shape. He was gambling till 4, smoking cigars, and drinking whiskey all night.
Playing golf.
He didn't care at that time. It was more so
he cared enough to say, "Let me come back," and that's. I mean, those are two different things. That's just I guess not how you can separate them, but that's just something that shows how different they are and how elite they are and whether like at what they do. But at the same time, I don't know. Jordan's just different. You can't when you go 6-0, you can't question that. But if LeBron wins 2 championships in LA,
he wins 2 more from now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, then
it's over.
It's hard to.
What does he got? 5, 4?
8?
What does he got? He's got 4, doesn't he?
Jordan did it better, but LeBron's career overall is hard to fathom.
But this is what I would say: between a big difference between Jordan and LeBron, especially when you talk about GOAT, is Jordan kept people from getting champions. You feel me? Like LeBron let people come and get championships. Dynasty started in his era, bro.
LeBron's faced more Hall of Famers in his career than Jordan had in his. That's a fact. That's a fact.
The playoffs?
Oh,
the playoffs?
In the playoffs, yeah.
Yeah, because it's hard to become a Hall of Famer when you're not getting accolades because you're losing. That's
no.
He's keeping them from getting those
that's
accolades.
also false because Carmelo, the Jazz are still Hall of Famers. They didn't win shit. You got a whole bunch of Denver. No, you can't say that because there's a ton of guys that are Hall of Famers that haven't done shit, like AI, T-Mac.
All of them. There's a
Carmelo's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Dwight's gonna be a Hall of Famer, and I mean
Charles Barkley,
championship. Charles, there's a ton of guys that are like that, but at the same time, yeah, it's gonna. I don't know.
I could say he didn't really let dynasties get started when he was in there. Like the Pistons and the Celtics was already in the NBA dynasties when he came in for the Bulls, and he kind of knocked them off on the back end. When he was in there, it was no other dynasty.
No, for sure.
It was no Golden State coming up. It was no Celtics.
But if you want to put it that way, though, but LeBron has started 3 separate dynasties, and has reached success with all 3 franchises.
He did, but if I call all my homies,
and here's the other thing too. Here's one thing I'll say. Especially even with Kobe. When you think of Kobe and his championships, you think of him, you think of Shaq, you think of Pau Gasol, maybe Derek Fisher, Lamar Odom, you think of the solid pieces, but you also think of Phil Jackson. You don't think Kobe gets this without Phil Jackson leading him and teaching him, all right? Same with same with Jordan. Everybody talks about, he did do it, but he also had the fucking triangle offense that was perfected by Phil Jackson. LeBron is literally coaching, making the trades, going to practice, lifting weights, driving the bus to and from the games. He's doing it all, and he's winning. He had help with his coaches, but bro, remember what David Blatt? He got that dude up out of there, and he took him to the finals with him. He was like, yeah, never again. Let me get the guys I can work with and I can collab with, and I can do all this shit. He literally coached all his championships. I feel like all the championships he got, Spoelstra helped, but I felt like Spoelstra's not even Spoelstra without LeBron.
Yeah, he helped make him. He helped make Spoelstra
For sure. It's not like
he learned from LeBron. And
this nigga is coaching, bro. He's coaching the championship games. Like it was different. I feel like he's out there just like, I don't know, Jordan. You just know that like we're going to drill y'all with this triangle offense because y'all can't stop me. LeBron's like, how can I get Dellavedova going and getting this guy to play his most efficient? All right, this is what we're gonna do. You stay over here, you stay over here, you stay over here. And he just like he works that way. He just kind of figures the game out as they go. Fucking Jordan was just like, breath smells like bourbon. I got cigar smoke on my breath. Somebody give me the ball. Like, and yeah, I'm gonna give you buckets. Yeah. And then, before he knows he has 55 points and you don't know what happened. And LeBron is just like, I don't know. But we'll see. The story's not over. So I don't know.
He's going to for sure pass him in accolade-wise, but I don't feel like he'll ever be able to pass him in greatness
because Jordan was just like, I almost did this all on my first try. And then I came back just to make sure it wasn't a fluke and did it all over again the same way. And then I just had to make sure it really wasn't a fluke and that I'm really the GOAT. And I came back for 2 seasons with some random team and it didn't mean.
And the thing about it is, in between there, he missed, almost 2.5 years, right?
Yeah.
Like, because he came back, he retired, and he came back. He was injured 1 year rookie season. He retired, and after he won it, came back like 20 games left in that season and played the playoffs. So that wasn't even a full year. They count that as a year to his playing career.
Yeah, that kind of hindered him.
Right. He only played like the last 20 in the playoffs, and that's the year they lost to Magic or whatever.
They lost the Magic, yeah.
Yeah, they lost to the Magic that year. So it's like,
it's an 8-year run that's so dominant. It's kind of hard to not in 8 years, won 6 titles. You went to 6 titles, won them. Like
the only time that you didn't win is when you weren't actively
there the whole season. Like, come on.
Yeah, so that's pretty ridiculous.
Well, man,
Strick.
Fuck, we were going. We really appreciate you, Strick. How about you shout out all your social media, Strick, so people know where you're at because you're a comedian, you're a ref, you're gonna be big time.
Appreciate y'all for having me on here, but like I said, my social media is Strictly the Biz. That's STRICKLYDABIZ. I'm AKA your favorite ref. So if y'all see me on the screen soon, wrestling, don't be like, don't feel no type of way. But man, I might cheat for y'all depending on how much money y'all got on the side. You feel me?
There's no way you get in here now, Donahue.
Hey, he's the one that was cheating for against the Mavericks, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
I want to hear it. I heard that. I heard he cheated for the Sacramento or for the Lakers against the Sacramento Kings. I don't want to hear any of it. Okay.
Hey, but you still gotta go
Poppy
play.
talk.
At the end of the day, you still gotta go play. But I see my man Poppy got on the Manscaped shirt, and I just want to say, they still owe me another charger because I lost my charger from Manscaped, and I can't fucking charge my shit now. So
clip this and make it the promo.
We'll get you hooked up there, Strick.
Yeah, we'll get you right.
We'll get you right with it. Keep you trimmed up there, brother.
But yeah, man, appreciate y'all having me on, man. It was fun talking sports with y'all.
Yes, do a part 2 soon.
We will,
indeed,
for sure.
my guys. Indeed.
Yes, sir.
But just next time, don't have that do-rag on, bro. Let the braids breathe. You gotta let the braids breathe.
I can't, bro. I was letting them breathe too much. There's too much strands everywhere. I had to get this back. I ain't want people to see that. Shit, greasy.
It gives them an at-home look of Terrence. That's it's a real homey vibe.
Is that a money bag, dude?
It's a big bang.
Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to the show, what a wonderful delight. Patsy and T Ross better chop up on the mic. Just sit back, have a laugh, catch a vibe, and enjoy the ride.